This is the manga Holyland written by author Koji Mori, the man who was best friends with Kentaro Miura aka the author of Berserk. This story is about a boy called Kamishiro Yu, finding his own place to belong, known as his Holyland. We will only be covering the first 10 chapters as it's a very eventful manga. The story starts talking about someone decently strong being beaten in 1 or 2 punches. While the group talk about this, our main character Yu is dragged into a bathroom by a thug, and as he corners you and goes to hit him, you get scared and hits him, overpowering him with 2 punches. The guy leaves the bathroom and is found by the group. Right before they see the thug, they hear about the thug hunting boxer, and as they are told by the thug that he thought it was some loser, the group get excited thinking it's the same loser who defeated the guy previously mentioned. Creating a hunt for Kamishiro Yu, as he's nearly caught the leader of the group, Izawa Masaki thinks it can't be this scrawny kid and lets him go, not knowing he was right, and gives you a sense of relief. Yu's relief doesn't last long as he worries that things won't end well for him, knowing people are after him. He will not back down, making himself become a target again. He will keep fighting for his place to relax and to belong. Yu hears kids in his school talking about the thug hunter. He stands there quietly listening. He feels scared and anxious as he hears them talk about the thug hunter being searched for by people like crazy, but then a shock hits you as the kids call the thug hunter cool and the real thing, giving you a sense of acceptance and belief in his own strength. After this, he runs into Izawa Masaki's sister, to which she is reminded of her brother by Kamishiro Yu. Yu sits alone thinking about finding his place to belong, feeling afraid and in danger. But the feeling of elation swallows him even deeper as he goes back to the streets. Yu is ambushed by 2 thugs who heard about the rumors. The thug attacks Yu and grabs his shoulder, stopping Yu from being able to throw his right punch. This makes Yu scared and clueless as he gets punched by the thug. Yu doesn't want to back down and become a target again, as he figures out he doesn't need to use his right each time he pummels the thug down with multiple strong left punches until he lets go. But as he does let go, Yu throws 2 right punches, making the thug beg for mercy. The thug lies down while Yu sprints off into the night. He thinks everyone knows it's him, that he's the thug hunter, and he becomes anxious and terrified, expecting people to find him. As he is approached by a random person, he screams, just to find out it's a boy from his class called Shin. Shin thinks that Yu has been attacked by thugs. While they talk, 2 more thug-looking people walk in and Shin tells them that Yu is his friend, easing them off from being near them. The thugs walk away, joking to Shin about small fry, making Yu thank Shin for saving him. Yu and Shin become friends in school, and go to the arcade the next day. While they play the games, Izawa Masaki's sister Mai walks in. She talks to Yu and Shin shortly after she and her friends invite them to play games together. We see Izawa Masaki talking to his friend about the thug hunter being in trouble after he took down a guy related to a strong judo fighter from the same high school. Masaki talks about how Yu will most likely lose and that it's super dangerous to use judo on the streets. Meanwhile, the judo fighter sets out with his friends to find the thug hunter and get revenge. The judo fighter is called Iwado. Him and his friends talk about the thug hunter telling Iwado that Yu is a boxer. One of the people talk down on judo, saying that it's weak if the judo fighter is hit first. They think they are giving the thug hunter another victim, which makes them look weak. Iwado and the karate person get into a fight. Meanwhile, we see Masaki talking about why judo is more dangerous on the street. While seeing his speech bubbles, we get the representation of why he says this as Iwado launches the karate user to the floor, breaking one of his bones. The score is settled. Iwado is strong enough to get the thug hunter, as they all agree. Yu is spotted by one of their guys at the arcade with Shin. One of Yu's victims wants to be the one to jump him, but he is ordered to take him to a parking lot. The thugs approach Yu and Shin, exclaiming that Yu is the thug hunter, leaving Shin in shock, terrified for Yu, begging him to say that he isn't really the thug hunter, but Yu stays silent. In the parking lot, Shin is telling them that it isn't Yu and they have the wrong person, but one of his victims is there, proving it really is Yu. Yu tells Shin to leave, saying, "I'm the one you want." In his own way, he is saying that he is truly the thug hunter. Yu has to fight Iwado now. But one of Izawa Masaki's friends catch sight of this and call him. Izawa, excited and thrilled, gets up and starts running to the area. Yu is preparing himself for the fight. Instead, he shakes, waiting to fight his first strong foe. As he shakes and sweats, the surrounding audience laugh. Izawa Masaki arrives, finally knowing it was the boy he first found that is the thug hunter leaves him shocked. The fight starts, everyone's laughing. Except the thug hunter's victims. Izawa realizes there's something that isn't right, waiting in excitement to see his skill. Everyone in shock. Yu throws 2 heavy sharp punches hurting Iwado. Izawa proclaims that Yu's punches are sharp and that he cannot be an amateur with such good straights, but now the real fight starts as Iwado gets riled up. Yu's punches swatted away with ease, leaves him weak. As Iwado grabs Yu, everyone knows Yu is done for, the fight is over. Yu lies on the floor, the pain covers his body. The pain he's endured all his life, the loneliness, and the bullying is what he thinks about. He knows if he stays down it's over. Iwado thinks he overdid it, hurting him too bad. But little does he know Yu is up, not backing down but fighting for his place. Everyone terrified for Yu, wondering why he stood back up. He braces himself, ready to fight and to win. He stops trembling. Yu knows if he is thrown again he won't be able to get back up. Yet he still stands to fight. Yu is deep in his thoughts, he knows he can only go in with a left due to what happened last time. He is planning to use his strong and sharp lefts to win, or just even tire the guy out for a right. Yu does a switch and counters the grab, the punch being completely overwhelming. It knocks Iwado out cold. The fight finally ends, Izawa is proud and Shin is completely mind-blown. But Iwado's goons are furious, while Yu is on his knees in pain because of his hand hurting off of that last punch. Nobody believes that Yu is an amateur, they think he is acting to throw people off. Izawa Masaki is known as the strongest in the streets. He comes out of the crowd to defend Yu as all the thugs want to attack him. Luckily some cars are arriving, causing everyone to run off. The two finally introduce themselves to each other, Yu and Izawa. A while after the fight, Izawa expects Yu to never show up in the streets again. Because of what happened. His eyes widen in shock as he notices Yu in the distance, showing he is serious about finding his place in the streets. And that concludes the first 10 chapters of Holyland. Holyland is a manga I've loved since I was 13, and it will always be my favorite. It's a 10 out of 10 to me and I just never get bored of it.